Hi, this is Jon Rasmussen, the urban shaman. Here we are in the backyard of the house that I'm renting in Marina, California. We have children, neighborhood children playing in the background, so please excuse the extra frivolity. Not a bad thing. Anyway, I'd like to speak to you today about the concept of expressing our feelings fully and then letting them go. You know, in nature, children are a perfect example of this. When something happens that's uncomfortable, that's painful, the natural thing to do is to yell, to scream, to cry, to fully process it at a gut level. And when we do that, all the energy gets processed in our body, and the heavy energy goes out our first chakra into the earth, and it's released. Just like when we eat food and we process it at a gut level, that all goes into the earth and gets released. And so one of the healthiest things we can do is to fully process, just like children, to just allow it out, no matter who we think it's bothering, no matter how embarrassing it might be. When you feel like crying, cry. You know, when you feel like screaming, scream in the moment, let it go. When you are tired, sleep. So it's really just being more natural. And a great story around this is my teacher Alberto, who was giving a talk at a bookstore not far from here, and he needed a ride back to the airport, and somebody offered him the ride, and they were going up the freeway, and a car came up really fast behind them and started flashing their lights and honking their horn. They were in the fast lane, I guess, and he expected them to move over. There was nobody else on the freeway, and as the car pulled around up next to them, the guy in the other car's yelling and screaming and flipping off, Alberto and his driver, and Alberto yells and screams and flips him off back, and the driver said, "Alberto, you just gave a whole talk about stepping beyond violence and beyond anger." He said, "What's this?" And he said, "I'm not angry anymore. I'm over it." He stepped beyond it. But it's important to express it in the moment. And that's it. Once you express it, you're over it, you let it go, and it doesn't stay within you and fester. And that's really the most important thing, because that's arguably the number one cause of all of our physical illnesses and even psychological issues is the hanging on to things that for some reason we've been taught was important to do, but it's really just not natural. It's much more important to just let things go, to fully express it in the moment. Certainly you don't need to knock somebody's head off over something, but you can express that you're angry over some interaction that happened with them, and it's not directed at them, but it's an honest expression of what you're feeling. And if you let go of that in the moment, it doesn't stay. It doesn't become suffering, because truly suffering is a choice. I like to say that suffering is a choice and happiness is a choice. Pain and pleasure just happen, but what you think about it before and after is your choice. So the same painful event, one could hold on to it for a week, and therefore they're suffering, or choosing suffering, whereas the other person can let it go in the moment and move on, and they're not suffering. And so I think it's really important to understand that in expressing things in the moment, letting them go in the moment, choosing how you look at things from that point forward is really what's going to determine your health and your well-being and your experience of the world. Whether you're happy or whether you're choosing to suffer, it's really your choice, no matter what's happening, and it's really your choice to express things and let them go in the moment. Thank you very much.